start recording. Okay, we're ready.
Okay, welcome everyone to the Village of Belmont for the trustee meeting, December 10th, 2024, 6:30 p.m.
It's actually 6:33.
6:33 p.m. Call to order. Roll call please. Linda Johnson here.
Barb Bruce here.
Katie Wallen here.
Dylan Wood here.
Claudia Dent, clerk.
Chris Roberts, employee.
Thank you. Let's all stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, everyone's had an opportunity to review the minutes, November 19th minutes. May I have a motion to approve minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
All second? All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, who was the second?
Me? Next is, you want to repeat it back? I'm sorry, Claudia, I'm rushing you.
Linda Johnson made a motion to, asked for a motion to approve the minutes of the November meeting, and Peggy Walling made the motion to approve. Linda Johnson seconded the motion. Johnson called for a vote, and there were 4 ayes and 1 person absent.
Thank you. Bills and financials, any questions presented this evening on the bills and financials? I do want to point out that we did have our annual testing on the water, and therefore that big deal that came out of operating water O&M. Okay, if everyone's had a chance to review, for a motion to approve bills and finances presented this evening.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills and financials.
I'll give it to that.
Yeah, I don't have any questions about the financial report or the credit report.
Okay. Okay, then I'll make a second, and can I have a roll call vote? Good evening, Bob.
Is all right? How you?
We have a first and a second for bills and financials, and we're waiting for a roll call vote.
Oh, Peggy Walling, yes. Barb Bruce, yes.
Dylan Wood, yes.
And then that'd be Miss Claudia.
What's your name?
Barb was first. Linda was second. All in favor? Roll call vote was yes, with 1 absent.
Yep.
Thank you. Next, we have the water report. It was 1.4 this morning at the tower, 1.4 at City Hall. The level was 119. Things are running good. We did have a breaker draw yesterday due to a thermostat was set too high on one of the milk heaters. I'll be more careful. We'll check those more often, make sure they stay. They shouldn't be coming on greater than
They should kick on at 40 degrees.
40. Okay. Other than that, no other problems. We're still waiting for Rural Electric to come out and do a little bit of work for us, and I will having look at that well house one too, to see why that blew the circuit breaker. Do we have any reports from trustees? I saw that the shelter house did really well. Our balances are looking good on that.
Yeah, we've had it renewed once, and have it renewed this weekend, well, yes, and then again the 28th.
And the 21st too, right?
Yes, well, that's what, the 21st.
Oh, the
So this
21st,
weekend it's free.
Yeah. You know, the balance looks really good on that right now, but with the heat,
Right.
that's gonna bring it
People
on.
are using it.
Yeah.
I think we probably do need to stress and just remind people that even though we're not doing the deposit anymore, that they still need to be mindful that they clean out.
They clean up, okay, yeah. I know that, Chris goes in and looks afterwards
Yes.
and so forth. If you think we need a little more attention there, I can try to help too.
So far, we've only had one issue.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty news.
It sounded like from what you said.
Okay. Next is, the ditch cleaning progress and discontinuance. I am waiting for, Seth to get back with me. He's only done 2 sidewalk removals and straightened out 2 ditches. We did not have to put a culvert in on that one at that time. We, decided not to. But I'm asking him to go ahead and give me an invoice of what he's done, so I can go ahead and settle it for Medicare tax. He will still be on contract to continue the work, in the spring if he was still interested. He's actually got another 20 ditches that he has not gotten to. He was hoping to have everything done by the end of October. I'm not sure where he's at. We'll present that to him and see, we will have to write a new resolution that, he will still be on the list to get that work done in the spring.
What's his name again?
Seth Swanson.
Okay.
And then for new business, the trash contract, we all had a copy of the, last year's, the last one for, Republic. The letter, did you see it, Dylan? The letter was kinda odd because it's a letter that comes from, okay.
Yeah, I
And
don't care for that much.
they, offered, same agreement, 5 years, at a 3% increase each year. TNT, they gave us a proposal, it is only for 3 years, doesn't quite compare up to it. I did contact them to see if they could do a little bit different for us, and they are looking into it more. We are okay with our standing with Republic as far as trash pickup. Our contract does end, the end of this year. So we really need to make a decision if we're gonna go ahead and, see what TNT can give us, hold out and see if they come up with something better, but I'm skeptical about it because we do have, 2 trash totes per home, and right now they don't have that many on hand. They would have to do some ordering and take 4 to 6 weeks to get them in. So I
And they would have to charge extra for that second vote, right?
yeah, right now the rate is lower and then the additional totes, which would maybe help out on some of those that only use 1 tote, but,
The Republic's gonna charge for the second tote as well.
they charge
they
it
charge them.
upfront from the beginning.
Right.
And their 3% increase is, will take us to, that'd be a total of 15% increase, that takes us to $16.23, and then we will have a maintenance fee and have a flat rate of $18 a month starting in January for trash pickup, if we go ahead and stay with Republic. I think that's reasonable. I know folks in the country are paying, much higher than that. My son, he has TNT, he's not disappointed with their service, but he said it could be a little bit better, kind of hit and miss sometimes. And, $45 a month is what he's paying for trash pickup. So
For a
$18.
single individual, yeah.
Yeah, so 18
what was, because I didn't see TNT's proposal. I
Okay.
only saw the letter from
It was-
Robinson or
It
whatever.
was in the last package.
Oh.
I like the fact that we're supposed to lock us in for 5 years almost, right?
Yeah, opposed to TNT is offering just a 3-year. I did ask them to consider to match a 5-year. I don't think they have the ability at this time to meet the same standards that we are accustomed to with public.
So their rates are $12.25 for the first year per household, $5 for an additional.
So right off the bat, we only have one codependent. And that would take us up to $17.25 for the first year.
Right, and then what's Republic gonna be each year, 3%?
It's a 3% increase each year for a total of 15%. Takes us up to 16.23. And what we've done in the past, so that we stay ahead, especially when folks don't pay their trash bill and we end up with a negative. If you remember your draft, we had a negative balance there. That will, so we start that from the beginning so that we don't do an annual increase. We have a flat rate from the get-go. And, we are introducing a, I think it's $1.70 increase, for maintenance on our end for the removal and, fitting replacement, broken wheels, things of that sort. And we would do that with TNT or Republic, either way.
So the trash company doesn't maintenance their own?
They will deliver them to us, and then, the city employee takes them to the different homes that need replacement. And if he sees one's broken, then he brings it back and keeps a few on hand that we can actually
I see.
take care of
I
it.
misunderstood. I was thinking repairing them, like.
They don't repair them.
Okay, so
They'll
they
take them.
swap 'em out.
They swap them out for
Okay.
us, yeah.
Okay.
And we do keep a handful on hand that we can work with, and then like vacant homes that, they move out, the trash cans are brought back to City Hall, and if they're in good condition, we will keep those and use them. If not, we request new ones. And they're pretty good about coming and, doing it in a timely manner. We don't have a whole lot of storage space for them, but we do have one.
And at the end of the 5-year versus the end of the 3-year,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, what is the price difference between the two? And you said, I'm sorry, I'm asking so many questions
That's
right
okay.
now. I missed some.
Yeah, and that's why I had asked everyone to go ahead and look at it and do the math and kind of think it through. And, but for TNT, it's only after 3 years, and that was gonna be, back over here. $12.75 with the $5 increase, so that would, or for the second coat, would be at $17.75. Where if we just start off at 16.23 and just be done with it, we won't be doing any increases, and then we won't have to reconsider another contract 3 years from now. So, and you guys can think on that a little more, look at your numbers if you've done that, or, but that's what we're looking at with that. So I'll come back to it in a few minutes. Property abatement. We sent out nuisance letters back in May, and we have about 5 or 6 properties that are, pretty overgrown. That's mostly what we're touching right now is the overgrowth. And, we did have someone come out and working on estimates per location for, cleaning those up. We did speak with the attorney. He said, do move forward. And of course, we have to keep in consideration of the cost of the abatement itself. And if, attorney has to be involved even more so, or if the law has to be involved, those are things that we'll consider as we start getting the, estimates in. So I don't have any of those estimates yet this evening. The biggest eyesore so far that I get the most complaints on is, 109 South 109 North Church, is, because all the junk and matter in the yard. The other properties are, I can't think I can remember all the names. I know names better than the number. Overgrowth is the old Stoneburger place on Persimmon Street, and there's also, overgrowth, on Hill Street, 2 different locations on Hill Street, same resident owner. And then on Hill Street, the large corner, as you're going out of town on Church Street, there's 8 lots there where there's overgrowth, a large amount of overgrowth, and we get complaints of, varmints mostly, like foxes. Foxes aren't so bad, but when you start talking rats, and too many coons, and squirrels, and so forth, that becomes a problem. So on that property abatement, I just still want to make you all aware that we're still in the process of it, and as I get some, actual numbers for what it's gonna cost us, then we'll bring it to the table, and we'll decide which one what we can afford, what we wanna tackle, and what we can't touch, if we can.
Right.
As far as the abandoned houses, at this time, I've, had correspondence with the owners, and as long as I have a correspondence with the owners, then we can't touch the house. It has to be completely abandoned for us to be able to do something about it. That's what I have there. Round the table, is there anything that, anyone wants to bring to the table that we need to discuss and look into?
I don't have anything small.
Okay. Okay, then at this time, I'll go ahead and open the floor for, public comment. Anyone?
David King, citizen of Belmont. I want to talk about that camper over here across from Bill's. The sewer system's still hooked up. It's supposed to be capped. The water's supposed to be capped. It can't even be in there. How come something can't be done with it? We've left it go long enough. You sent them a letter. I got it even. Linda Johnson, it has come to our attention that your renter is no longer living in this
Is the letter addressed to me, sir?
camper.
Is the letter addressed to me?
You sent it out
Oh, okay,
to Peggy Wally.
okay. You said Linda Johnson, so I just wanted to be sure.
Basically, it can't be there. It can't be hooked up.
There's nothing.
It can't be
that
anything.
does camper.
I want to know why,
Just so you know.
why,
Thank you.
basically, she can do it, but the other ones can't. They can't even be in there. The lot ain't even big enough to support anything, but yet it's still hooked up to everything. You might pull a meter, but it's got to be capped. The sewer's got to be capped. And it's sitting there like that throughout how long? And I think the fence is on city property, according to the survey. It needs to be moved. Then I got my water bill. One here is where somebody wrote a letter on my water bill. Now, to me, I'm considered a threat, where I got to move a upholstery. What's it doing on my water bill?
I do not want to send you a nuisance. I want to give you the opportunity to take care of that furniture.
It's on my water bill, though.
That was a polite
No,
way of
to
letting
me,
you know.
it was a threat on my water.
Then, sir, I will go ahead and send the nuisance out.
There's Guzzles out here. You ain't done nothing to them. They're salvaging. How'd they get the salvage? There's supposed to be a certain size fence all the way around. Supposed to be a letter sent to the town, wanting to know why, a salvage license. All this goes forward, and I ain't seen nothing happen since 2021 or later. There ain't nothing come up to even clean it. And there's who's not paying for trash. That's what I want to know. If they're not paying for trash, get their trash cans. Take them and put them up. And I appreciate Dylan. for standing up for me the other night so I could talk my 5 minutes. He was the only sensible one in here. Thank you, Dylan. Dave King, I'm done.
Thank you, Dick.
Okay,
And I just wanna say something. I appreciate your calm demeanor this evening. I greatly appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It's very nice.
I'd like to remind the board that the address that I stated, 109, North Church, is the salvage area that Mr. King was trying to describe, and so that we in fact do have a nuisance that went out on that in May, and we are trying our best to figure a way to be able to clean that up. That's gonna be a costly event, and when that comes to us, we'll have to consider it. I mean, there's no money making a nuisance cleanup, but it's a great burden for all of us, not just this board, but for the community to have to deal with that. And when the resident moved to that property back in 22, he had also had the same type of resident up on the trailer park, and I politely asked him, please do not do that here in Belmont, and he's done it. And what we think is trash or junk might not be to someone else. So it's a really rough situation, but we will try to continue to deal with it and move forward. The other topic that was brought up was the trailer. You can have a trailer on your lot. There's nothing wrong with having a trailer on your lot, a camper on your lot. And we did have that disconnected, and Leader Pool water and sewer is not supplied to that camper at this time, and was not, and when I sent that out last May, is when that got taken care of. And I believe that we are all aware of that also. Let's see. What else did, was there something else I need to address? Is that? Okay.
The property at 109 North Church, that is a property that you're speaking with the lawyer about, and they have advised you to go ahead with the abatement.
Yes.
Correct.
And again,
So right
with
now,
caution.
we're just waiting on an estimate to do that, and then you'll consider the cost. Okay.
And that's in process, we've already
That
had
was my
someone come out.
understanding, but
Yeah, just had someone come out and look at it, but it's a big assessment, I mean, that's gonna be a big job. So, and I think that's one of our top priorities, but again, we've got to look at the cost of it.
Does somebody live there, or are they just?
Yes, and
Okay.
there's a mobile home, trailer on the lot, and they do live in it. So, okay, and, the other thing that I heard, was concerned about was the property and a fence that is on a property owner. They own that property, they can have a fence where they want it, they can have a camper on it. I have fence in my yard, it's a partial fence, but it gives me a little bit of privacy. So, let's see, the floor is still open, any other comments?
Yep, Bill Edwards. I want to comment about that property line. I was there when they drove the stakes. That fence is on property. I was on the board, but that was surveyed. That fence is, 2/3 of that fence is on city property. Fact. Okay. I watched the video last week. I wasn't here last month. In 17 minutes, you sat here and talked what you could do to me about this guy getting water. 17 minutes of our valuable time. You threatened you're gonna talk to the lawyer, you're gonna shut me off, all this stuff. With that guy taking my water, and I gave permission. And last 2 months, meetings ago, I confronted you and I said, you sent me a nasty letter about that guy. And you said, no, I just sent you the ordinance. Here's the letter you sent.
It's not nasty, sir.
Well, you told
Feel
me.
free to read it.
Shut up. Shut up.
Sir, you can't talk to me that way.
I can talk to you. I'm telling you to shut up.
I'm asking you not to talk to me that way.
I'm telling you, don't interrupt me. Shut up.
Bill,
I-
do not
that's-
speak to me in that manner. Continue.
Mayor, would you please shut your mouth while I finish?
No respect, none.
Huh?
How about we just
Dennis,
be
can-
quiet
Just
and let
shut
him
up.
finish and be done?
Dylan,
Just,
careful
no.
there, okay?
I just said, let's all be quiet, and I'm sorry, but,
Is your time about up?
no, it's
I'm
not,
sorry, I
you've
didn't
been
set the clock.
interrupted.
I've been interrupted how many
Dylan,
times?
you're interrupting. Dylan, you are interrupting.
I'm interrupted.
You sit here and you told me you did not send me a letter. You sent me a copy of the ordinance. This is what you sent me. Did you send me this?
I sent you a letter.
You told me you sent me a copy. It's on video. You said, I didn't send you a letter.
Don't interrupt.
I sent you. Will you please be quiet?
I said, I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt. You
I
asked
said,
me
will
a
you
question.
please be quiet?
Do you want me to answer the questions or not?
I didn't ask you. I didn't come to a question.
You did.
No, I did not come to a question. Anyway, you took 17 minutes of valuable time. You're gonna go to a lawyer, you're gonna spend money to see if you couldn't go against me. According to I watched the video. You sent me this letter. Don't you think we have more valuable time than a guy giving a guy 5-gallon jugs of water? After I get done talking, would you please answer that? Do you think we have more valuable time in this board meeting than me giving the guy 5 gallons of water? You have no trouble with me giving the guy food up there at my pantry. You never complain about that at all. Never tell me thank you, nothing. But I give out a lot of food up there at that pantry. You never threaten me with it, but I give a guy 5 gallons of water, you want to shut me off. I think that is so sad. You're such a mean, vindicious woman. It's crazy. You let something personal get in the way of business. And I'd like to ask for a survey on this property, because if they don't, I can take you down there and show you the pins. I don't think it's right to give somebody city property, let them operate on city property. That's my opinion. I'd like to have some input on that. Nobody gives me no city property to operate on, and I don't think nobody else on this board should ever have city property to operate on either. I'd like to have an answer. Bill Edwards.
Any other comments on the floor? The floor is closed.
You gonna answer me?
I will send you a letter, and you'll get an answer.
You think that's funny?
No, I think that's for real. That's it. We'll do that. I don't wanna waste your
Everybody
time.
on the board? Could give me an answer?
And then,
I know, you got your hands full, Bill.
okay, well then now we have appointment of any new trustees. Okay, let's look at our next meeting date. Everyone did receive the schedule for January 25 meetings. And they are scheduled for the second Tuesday of the month, 6:30 p.m. And so the first one there is January, I believe that's in front of you there. Can you take a picture of it for me?
January 7th.
Okay. Anybody have any problem with that? 6:30, does 6:30 work for you, Dylan? Is that kind of harder? Okay, all right.
Honestly, I'm about to quit coming. I'm about to drop my shit until I get elected mayor. No, you know what? I'm sick of this. You're gonna tell me to watch it when all I did was address the entire place of, hey, let's just...
And we are calm.
No, I know that,
Okay,
but I didn't show any disrespect to anybody.
okay.
But you disrespected me.
Dylan, you
And
were
no-
interrupting. but-
No, I was not.
Okay.
I was trying to stop what was about to happen, which I believe I somewhat did. But when you come at me for trying to calm the situation down,
It was calm.
no.
But let's move on.
Okay, we'll move on.
All right, January 7th, 6:30 p.m. Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Second it. Have a nice
All in
freaking month.
favor, or a second, please? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.